So, Bigpod,
What?
just to let you know, I got this free spool of filament for my 3D printer. This
Okay.
is PET G filament. Now,
Okay.
for the context of the record, before you just start immediately assuming things, I have tried drying it. I did try drying it. I even tried over drying it just to get it to calcify. It did not calcify. I got this thing all the way down to 5% humidity in its dry box for over 7.5 hours, and I still can't get a good print out of this material. When I started, this spool was completely full, a full 1 kilogram. According to this little estimator, which is a little chart right here, I've got less than 200 grams of this filament left, which tells you how much of this I've gone through. Haven't made a single good part yet.
Maybe that's why it was free. Cue the
Maybe,
music.
maybe. Hey guys, welcome to No Tux Allowed. I'm your host Josh, and today I'm wearing a brand new shirt. Yes, this shirt is brand new. It's also gray. And with me today, I have my host, Bigpod, who is wearing
Hi.
a black shirt.
My fanciest shirt available.
Yep.
Today is a special day, actually.
Yes,
That's
because
why I wore the best shirt I have.
we have a live audience in the chat room. So,
Yes.
obviously, Bigpod, we're both going to have to pay attention to that and, respond to these people that are talking. Because, what's the point of recording a live episode if we're not going to be doing that?
Yep.
Yeah. But it's also going to be the very first episode of 2026. So, like any podcast...
it won't be. It will be the last episode of 2025. You keep getting it wrong.
I will get it right eventually.
Monday is still 2025. Joshua Lee.
Okay. I will get it right one of these days. But, like anything relating to podcasts about this time of the year, there are two things we can do. We can either do awards or predictions. And
I have an award. Award for the best podcast infrastructure. Definitely not Tuxbase Media Group.
No, definitely not Tuxbase Media Group, because heaven forbid, how long has 10leej.com been down for today? It's been over 10 hours.
Yes. Let
me check. Okay, it's up right now.
That's why one of the predictions I'm gonna have will be in regards to this. But let's get to the segment first. So what else are we gonna talk about, Mr. Joshua Lee?
Well, you see, first of all, we are currently live on our YouTube channel as well as our Twitch.tv channel. I don't know how often we're going to be using the Twitch.tv channel because, heaven forbid, I'm never going to log into it because I just don't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole. But
maybe
it exists. It exists.
Yes.
So maybe we might stream to it more often. Who knows?
Yeah.
It is
Only for streaming
Twitch.tv.
to YouTube. Why not stream to Twitch.tv as well?
Yeah.
Automatically.
Yeah, twitch.tv/NoTuxAllowed. We're also live on our YouTube channel right now, youtube.com/@NoTuxAllowed, I believe it is. I think it is.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
Since I looked at that particular piece of URL.
Yep. All right. So, we got that out of the way. You can find the full VOD right there. We even recorded a pre-show that's going to show up in, your standard RSS feed for those audio listeners. It's just going to be right there for you, just for like this episode. Because heaven forbid, if you can watch it on the YouTube, why do you have to pay to get it in your audio feed? That's how I see it. Because I'm not gonna unlist it, because why would I? So, Bigpod, we're going to be doing some predictions.
Yeah.
And
so
I've got one to start with because it was very recently in the news for everybody. This is Mozilla.
Oh,
Mozilla will backpedal on AI.
really?
Yes,
So
they will.
Firefox won't be an AI browser.
No, it will not be an AI browser as advertised. Because you got to remember, Firefox does have AI integrations right now.
Yes.
And in fact, it's been so good that nobody's complained about it.
Yeah.
They've had, I mean, well, I've complained a little bit about it because, when you highlight text, it pops up with that little AI button that, I accidentally click way too often. But it is very well done overall. There are still a couple things with it. Like, I hate that it's a sidebar. I just hate that. Just give me like a pop-up button like all the other extensions. But it's been so well done and so tightly integrated into the way Firefox operates now, as it currently stands now, that I haven't seen anybody complain about it.
Yeah.
The only thing that they're really complaining about is, the full AI integration that, their new CEO was saying that, hey, let's do that. And obviously, yeah, like 01 is saying here, all they have to do is just make it opt-in. Obviously,
Yeah.
If it's opt-in, it's never going to be enabled. Not really. It's just like telemetry. Like, opt-in telemetry is functionally useless.
Yep.
But so, and if they're going to be pushing like the AI thing, and they're actually going to be putting it into Firefox, there's only really one way to find out if it's actually going to work, and that's to have it enabled by default.
Exactly.
That's the unfortunate truth, but the statistics show that that's going to be the case. But it's going to work out so poorly for them that they're inevitably going to have to backpedal. Because I really think that they're just calling on like they're advertising like these AI features being built into Firefox purely so they can get investors that are not Google in Firefox or in Mozilla in general.
Yeah.
That's really what I think. But Bigpod, I'm certain that you're probably going to disagree with me.
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay.
I don't know. We're gonna see how AI will go. Now I'm gonna have one prediction, but before I share it with you, if you have your own predictions, live audience, you can share it with us in chats, both on YouTube and Twitch. And if you're listening to us later, don't be afraid to comment or email the predictions to us at contact@tuxbase.com. Now, my prediction is that by the end of 2026, Tuxbase infrastructure will be changed twice, which once we know it will, because we're already building the new infrastructure piece by piece, designing it properly. But I have a sad and sneaky feeling by the time mid of the year arrives, I'm gonna be thinking about new infrastructure.
Kind of like, I learned things. I want to implement them because they just sound cooler.
Yes, and then probably be new shiny. Let's do this. The standard engineering problem. So yeah, I
sounds
think
about right.
I think new shiny will give me a lot of problems with keeping a stable infrastructure.
Well, just remember, there's a whole process for changing infrastructure. I detailed it to you
Yes.
earlier today.
Yes.
Because like you have to submit proposals.
An RFC.
Yes. All right. So next up, 2026. It's going to happen, Bigpod.
Yeah,
It
we
will
know.
finally be the year of the Linux desktop.
About that, I don't know.
Now, I need to define this phrase a little bit to me, because this is not when the Linux desktop is going to be like popular. It's going to be just popular enough that my neighbors might actually understand what they mean when I'm talking about Linux. That's what I'm going to be talking about. That's the point that I'm talking about. But we've got Michael Dominic here writing a blog post back in September that just randomly showed up on a Google result when I googled Year of the Linux Desktop, and I saw this. I'm like, oh, Michael Dominic is a fellow podcaster, and he posts some opinions sometimes, and he's saying that he agrees with me, Bigpod. He agrees.
Really?
Yes. And he lists 3 very good reasons. Do you want to know what the first good reason is?
No.
Well, you see,
But do share it because,
when
we're
you
on a podcast.
yeah. Well, when you install the Linux desktop, right? You have to configure it,
Yeah.
and you're gonna be tinkering with it for weeks, days upon days. You're gonna be reading documentation that just doesn't exist.
Yeah.
But we've also got the rise of opinionated, cohesive desktop environments that are not called
Good.
GNOME.
Good.
With, Omarchy and Cosmic.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, Omarchy, or Omarchy, or however you want to pronounce it, is an Arch-based Linux distribution or post-install script that you can install that comes with a pre-configured Hyperland tiling compositor or tiling window manager. So people are going to bounce off of it, but Cosmic's pretty cool. Cosmic is a cool enough desktop environment that I might be installing it. Just give it a try. We'll see how long before you start seeing me show up in that bug tracker. But I don't understand why these 2 are being the ones pointed out specifically, because GNOME is very opinionated. A lot of their opinions are like bad opinions, and KDE has come miles upon miles from what it used to be. Like
Yeah.
I've been on Fedora KDE, and I haven't had K1 crash on me at all since I installed this, and I think this system has been live for about 2 months now. Like, actually.
Wait, really?
Which yeah.
This has to be some kind of a record.
Oh, for me, having a distro that I haven't reinstalled, it's definitely not a record for that. But KDE or K1 not crashing, yeah, that is. Or maybe like their session restoration is just working so well that I just don't even notice it crash. But at the same time, I just haven't noticed it crash. But here's point number 2. Quality Linux hardware is finally here. Because we have the System 76 hardware. We've had that for years. But now we get that with the Cosmic desktop environment. That is not going to be a bad experience, no matter how it is, because the software is what sells the hardware.
Yeah.
We've also got the framework, which the framework, on like their recommended operating system page, does recommend Linux distros. Like, actually,
I believe it even ships with them.
It is a shippable option, yes. I think you get to choose between like Fedora, Ubuntu, and Windows.
I believe there is more
Or
options.
just no operating system. And there might be more. It's been a minute since I looked at the configurator for framework.
I think there is an option for some other stuff. I'm gonna take a look. Might actually be, you know what? Something like Bluefin or Bazite.
Oh, with framework, you either get Windows or you just bring your own. That could actually be the case. That probably is the case. Because if you're getting Windows, you're probably not carrying over a Windows license. So why not just buy it with the hardware? That actually just makes sense because Microsoft does subsidize the hardware, but when you offer that.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
Here's point number 3. Developer disillusionment with Apple's walled garden. I don't know if you've ever published an app to, the Apple App Store, but it's kind of toxic.
No.
It's kind of toxic to do so.
You need a Mac to publish to Apple App Store.
Well, you need a Mac to be able to build the software and test it to begin with. So you probably
most stuff you can build on anything, including Linux. But to do publishing, you need to have a MacBook or a
you need to have a MacBook. You need to have Xcode installed on the system.
Yeah.
So you need that. But when you go to publish to the App Store, it has to go through, Apple's approval thing where, they might need to dig through the source code of your application. And that can sometimes take forever. And then they will find the most nitpicky thing to deny you for. Linux, by contrast, make a Flatpak. You don't even have to post it to FlatHub, but you're probably going to be posting it on FlatHub anyway, because realistically, that's the only repository that matters for Flatpak. Yeah. I don't care that that you can just spin up your own Flatpak repo, or that you can just enable the elementary repo, because nobody's enabling the Fedora one for some reason. But I don't care that those other things exist. But the whole argument against snaps like that I hear, besides canonical, it being canonical, is that you can only select from one repository. You cannot use that as a valid argument against me, because I just don't believe that's a valid argument, because heaven forbid, how many applications are on FlatHub compared to all the other Flatpak repositories? And yes, you can use snaps from a separate repository from canonical. You can actually do it.
Yeah.
Now obviously, applications in general on Linux, just make a Flatpak, make an app image, make a snap, just contribute it to the upstream repository, and you're good to go. Actually, for app images, you don't even have to do that. You just provide a way to download the package. Same thing with containers. Like publish a Docker container and just post it up on like Docker Hub, because heaven forbid, they're not auditing that. So I'm thinking 2026 is the year too many stars align for too many people, especially because Windows 11 is invalidating so much hardware. Now, obviously, your mom's probably not going to be installing Linux from Windows, but she will probably at least be willing to give it a try if you installed it for her. What do you think?
I don't know. At this point, I think basically anybody can run Linux as long as they have a Bigpod or a Josh to install it for them.
I mean, I already have a grandmother that runs NixOS. It boots up into just enough of a Cage compositor to launch Thunderbird. That's it. That's literally it. It's just Cage into Thunderbird with automatic login.
Wow.
Well, remember, all she uses the computer for is just emails.
Remember, most people run Android every day. Android is Linux.
I don't know if it is Linux. It uses a Linux kernel, so yes.
Yes, so it is Linux.
But maybe it's not Linux. It just has Linux. You got to remember, GNU is the operating system. Linux is just one of its kernels.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
I mean, it depends on which distribution you installed.
Yes.
But that statement could potentially be true.
No, never. Before this devolves into a war I will have to cut out, let's go into the third prediction, fourth actually. The one that is like, shall we say, again, about us and the podcast. Well, Josh, will we actually understand quantum computing enough to do a topic about quantum computing and be able to explain it and talk about it with actual any air of authority?
So, here's the thing about quantum computing, right? Every single time I go to check tech news, it's just there. There's always something going on with quantum computing because, there's big investments going on with quantum computing infrastructure right now. And apparently, they're making some big gains with quantum computing this year. Like, there's news there, but I don't know enough about it to be able to competently explain it. So, if you happen to know something about quantum computing, like say you're an engineer that actually understands this, send us an email. We'd like to have you on the show.
Contact at Tuxbase.com.
Yep.
Well, Josh, let's move over to the next prediction that might be sadness that is our knowledge.
Yeah. This one is probably going to be a bit of a bigger topic. So first of all, it is AI. So yes, we have to make the disclaimer for AI. We are a tech podcast. At some point, we are going to be talking about AI because AI is where all the hype is. Like we tried for so long. How many episodes did we go without raising AI at all? I tried.
I think there was a set of episodes long ago that was like 15 episodes.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about AI.
But I got one of these data center projects that's coming in like my backyard, and of course they did that shady thing where they managed to subsidize everything to the point where they're not even paying the electric bill. That's me. So yeah, I'm pretty kind of upset about like this whole AI thing. But AI, the proliferation of it is causing data centers to basically explode in like popularity to the point where it's affected so much of like the hardware industry. Like RAM prices are insane right now. Same thing with like solid state drives are way up there nowadays too, compared to what they were like last year.
I remember reading and seeing a picture of a 64 gigabyte kit of DDR5 memory that costs $1,000.
Right?
That is fucking insane.
It makes me want to sell my desktop computer because my desktop computer is worth way more than what I bought it for.
Yes. That RAM kit is almost worth as much as half of my computer.
Right?
Also, I learned today that apparently Microsoft has more hardware than they can actually put online, and that putting online is actually the problem, not the hardware itself.
That could in fact be the case. I just went to Micro Center right now. A 32 gig of G.Skill Flare X5 series, which was definitely not $350 4 months ago, is now $350. Like, I remember seeing that kit for $90.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're at the point now where these companies have so much hardware that that they don't have enough space in their existing data centers to deploy the hardware to keep up with the perceived demand for AI. So they have to build like these data centers in all these places where they can justifiably get away with building a data center, which is basically in the middle of nowhere, and put all their hardware in there because they have the hardware. They got to put it somewhere, and run this data center that's going to suck up so much power, cause such a taxation on the local economy. The construction for these things, they're massive projects to build.
Yes, they're small cities.
Yeah, they're effectively small cities, but only during construction. After construction, there's probably no more than 100 people at a time in you know, a typical large data center.
Yeah.
So they contribute basically nothing for like the local economy, like at all.
Yeah.
And yet, somehow, some way, across, you know, just the United States in general, they're able to come up with like these municipality deals where, you know, they don't even have to pay their own electric bill.
Yeah. But remember, people are saying, these CEOs, that in few years Earth will be populated by nothing but data centers. These AI factories.
Yeah, it's getting that way, and I'm really sad. That's only just now that it's only just like this year that I started picking up like Warhammer and reading like the lore from that, and it's really starting to come around to the idea that maybe the Adeptus Mechanicus are right. Because in the phrase of Warhammer, if the humans win, we do not want the Adeptus Mechanicus to be the ones that actually win. Because, you know, that's like the most dystopian version. There.
Well, in my opinion, this can end only one way, horribly. But which horrible way it will end, that's still a question to be answered.
And one way or another, it's going to be bad.
Yeah. I hope for the bubble to pop soon, and for all those servers to become available as general computing for basically nothing.
I mean, I still have 16U worth of rack space available.
I don't mean just like sold. I mean like Microsoft, Amazon, and Google. They won't just sell off those servers. They'll still rack them. They'll just sell them as cloud computing servers for pennies on the dollar, just so they make some ROI. And that's where I plan to swoop in and buy data centers worth of server compute.
Quite possibly. But, you know, I'm just wondering, like, what's going to happen, like, with, you know, what? So we got these companies that are so invested in the AI right now. Like, I don't mind, like, you know, Meta just disappearing and shutting down. But my concern is like these other companies, like say Google, right? How much of like their entire thing is just AI nowadays? If the AI bubble pops, does Google effectively shut down?
Probably not. It's probably still enough. Like, Google is advertisement, and Google is GCP.
Are we sure?
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking purely in like the context of like YouTube moderation.
Yeah.
That's all AI right now.
Yeah, but those things will stay. If bubble pops, we're looking at fall of LLMs and stuff like that, and fall of advancement in that area. We're not so much talking about existing applications disappearing. We're talking about no need for teaching models at the factory scale we're doing now, at the industrial scale we're doing now. Because what's the point? I don't see the point now, and we will not see the kind of inference we're needing now. That's where the fall of AI, the bubble popping happens. Any kind of usage we see today, whether it be some chatbots, whether it be AI in the background doing tasks, those things will stay. Because not all AI is LLMs, but LLMs are driving the whole thing. Because they're trying to push LLMs to be end-all be-all solution, but remember, it's LLMs. It's statistical models on statistical data.
That's true. Like, I can't remember who said this, but they said that probably now's not like a good time to be like investing heavily into like LLMs, but like smaller, more purpose-built AI
Yep.
agents. I forget
Yep.
who mentioned that, but it was actually very reasonable because I don't necessarily care that ChatGPT can come up with like a recipe for bread, as well as be able to tell me like what the latest JavaScript library exploit was, or uh, what happened in Nigeria earlier today. But
Uh, I would love for my AI to be for an AI to be able to manage my calendar or manage my I don't know my when I need to wake up
yeah,
based on calendar and based on things like that.
so you're
Or for
but
example, based on email I get. Do I get
so
an email? The kind of email it can read and see. Oh, this is important. Let's wake the sir up, and
right.
it goes and I don't know calls me, sir. You have an email you need to get to work client yada yada.
Well, you see, hold on.
Josh broke the
Hold on just a
server.
moment. Hold on just a moment here. You get the email coming in. Your AI bot will then have to talk with like your alarm bot to alert you that hey, a thing is happening,
Not
according to what this.
necessarily. It could all be one system. It should be one system. But that one system, that one central AI, that by the way isn't an LLM, but an actual thinking machine, says, okay, I'm reading this email. That could be a LLM part because understanding of the text is something large language models are good at. Okay, now I have to go from here to think about how to get what to do. Okay, sir needs to be woken up because this email is urgent. What do I do now? Oh, best way to wake him up is to call him. He wakes up to that, and phone rings.
Yeah, because it's tried like other methods of contacting you in the past, and it's just like, yeah, this is just like the most reliable method. But if that doesn't work, I'll try this other thing.
And when after it calls you, when you pick it up, it uses another of its component called TTS, text to speech, or it more likely would be like data to speech, and talks to you in a voice you prefer. For example, for me to wake up and be really woken up really quickly, I would set it up with my voice so it sounds creepy to me.
This is starting to sound like less AI but more algorithm.
Well, AI is an intelligent. AI. It's in reality a thinking algorithm.
Yeah.
Human brain
Zero
is a thinking
zero
algorithm.
one does raise a kind of a point here. He says that you can't really have that kind of integration without without the risk of prompt injection. There's really and he
The
says that
problem
there.
is you're thinking in the way of LLMs. You're
I
thinking
mean
in the way of LLMs.
that's true.
The catch is you're thinking in the way of LLMs. LLMs have a problem of prompt injection because of how they work. Because they are in reality just a statistical model that takes data, that takes what is known as tokens, little bits of information, normally one word or one character wide, and goes, okay, I have these tokens right before. What token should go next? That's what LLMs do. They do it on a much bigger scale. They even do that for images. They literally analyze an image and create a tokenized version of it. It's literally all that. What we need is closer to what would be a real AI, and reality would be a real AI. We need more closer to machine learning. What we don't need is generative AI, which is what LLMs are. Should there be a component that is generative AI? Yes, because generative AI is good at generating things. But So what I'm saying is there should be many components to the actual AI, but it should act as a single unit. That's what AI should be. And wanna know from where I modeled this?
Where's that
From
from?
this tiny little thing called human brain. We are, after all, the only known in natural intelligence that got to this kind of a level. So maybe we should model artificial intelligence closer to it instead of, well, let's do statistical models. That's been my problem with AI since forever, and which is one of the reasons I didn't go into AI and I went into programming.
Yeah, well, it's really easy to do both nowadays.
Yeah.
So, if you would like to send feedback on this topic, you can send us an email. Contact at tuxbase.com. That is a working email address. We confirmed that it works earlier.
Yeah.
And of course, if you don't want to talk with us, because I can understand, we do have a Discord. You can go to tuxbase.com/Discord. Join the official Tuxbase Media Group Discord channel, which is currently called No Tux Allowed because that's just the only show that we're on right now. But it might expand in the future. If you would like to support our various endeavors, because infrastructure costs money, and we're doing things the hard way. I'm sure that you might have heard Bigpod make a big prediction about what his plans for 2026 are and my concerns. You could go to patreon.com/NoTuxAllowed and, fund Tuxbase, because heaven forbid, we're probably going to need it. And of course, if you would like to reach us directly, Bigpod, you have a YouTube channel and I have a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Also, you did not copy-paste Patreon correctly.
I noticed. Josh, you don't have to be that guy.
Oh, I'm just saying, man. You just need to copy paste better. It's patreon.com/NoTuxLoud. Just drop us a couple dollars right there. You're going to get access to a premium quality feed just for you because you decided to give us $5. Doesn't even have to be every month. It honestly you could probably get away with, spending us $5 one time, getting the link from Bigpod, who's probably not going to be checking again anytime soon to disable your access to the premium feed because you didn't renew your subscription on Patreon. But we haven't come up with a way to properly automatically audit that.
Yeah.
So, but of course, I also have a YouTube channel. I actually have a video that's processing right now, Bigpod.
Really?
Yes, it is processing. It has been in processing hell since last night.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm probably going to have to delete it and re-upload. Because that's a thing that happens with YouTube. I'm sure that there's a content creator out there that probably knows exactly what I'm talking about. But anyways, Bigpod, that is a show. That has been a live show, which you can find on youtube.com/@NoTuxAllowed to find the entire stream available to you, where you can watch it. We'll see you guys next week.